Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Bama Hate Week rolls on. We're midway through this thing. The energy of this fan base seems to be at an all-time high, definitely the highest since the late 90s. I mean, we got a little taste of it last year with that Ole Miss game. Things didn't go our way. The energy of this fan base gets higher and hotter week after week after week. This football team has a huge opportunity on Saturday as Alabama comes to town. Number 6 Tennessee versus number 3 Alabama. When is the last time those numbers were on those teams going into this football game? The third Saturday in October. When's the last time that it really mattered? And, you know, last night we did the live stream, the fan call-in show, had an absolute blast, and you guys were in the chat talking about Josh Pate. So I went back and watched him kind of predict this Tennessee-Alabama game. We're going to take a look at some of the things that he said, but not the entire clip. You know, he talked about so many kids in this fan base that don't even understand how big this Tennessee-Alabama rivalry is. So many people in this fan base, it's more of a rival of Florida or Georgia. They don't remember when Tennessee had success against Alabama. The rivalry seems to be coming back. And again, we've talked it to death, but just year two of the Josh Heupel era, this game is relevant again. Going to be a great atmosphere in Neyland Stadium on Saturday. College game day back for the second time. Are you kidding me? This football team, they may not be back, but they certainly appear that they are close or they are on their way. We're going to take a listen to Josh Pate and his prediction. As always, do me a favor, go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy, it helps the channel. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts, we're not insiders. We don't come on here and try to sell you something we're not. We don't talk to you, we talk with you. We are for the fans, by the fans, for fans just like you guys. So if you like what you do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. We'll be live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Ben McKee from the Swain event and Go VAWLS 24/7 will be on the show talking about this Alabama game. Looking forward to that conversation. Also, me and Dob are going to talk a little bit more in depth about Tennessee, Alabama on Saturday. Now, let's take a listen to Josh Pate and what he had to say about this Tennessee, Alabama game coming up on Saturday.
And we were kind of arguing back and forth about what we think about this number. Tennessee is a 7.5-point dog right now. So Bama minus 7.5 is the number. Now, there are two schools of thought out there. One school of thought is Vegas would never give you 7.5 points if they thought Jalen Milroe was playing. So this must be accounting for them knowing Bryce Young's playing. I can't state this any clearer for you guys. And Bud didn't say that. I'm saying some people are saying this. Odds makers have no clue who's playing quarterback for Alabama Saturday. I know that because they don't know who's playing quarterback for them. I know it's fun when you're sitting around with your buddies to look at a number on a screen and say, Vegas must know something, and it sort of mythologically builds up what odds makers do. They don't know. They're smart in the number they hang. They don't know who's starting at quarterback, okay? So you can decipher exactly that much from that number. My opinion is they've split the difference, and that thing would crater to 3 or maybe less if Milroe was announced as a starter, and I think it would get jacked up to about 10 or 11 if Bryce were announced as a starter. That's where I think we're going. So
that's a great point from Josh Pate, because honestly, when I see the line at 7.5, I'm kind of like, I think that's a little low. And look, I think Tennessee's going to go out and they're going to compete on Saturday. I think Josh Heupel will have this team ready to go. The confidence that he brings to the table gives his players confidence. These guys play loose. They don't seem to crack under pressure. And I fully believe that they'll go out and compete on Saturday. But I still think that line was a little low. So what Josh Pate says there makes perfect sense, because if Bryce Young's playing, that line's going to be a little bit higher. If he's out, then I think Tennessee has every opportunity to go win this football game on Saturday. And the more we go throughout the week here, the more it feels like, to me, and again, nobody knows, like Josh Pate said there, I don't think Bryce Young plays. And we talked about this a lot on the fan call-in show last night. I just don't see it, with it being an injury to his throwing shoulder. I don't think it is. And he also made some points earlier talking about Ty Simpson, which is kind of comical because, again, this is all stuff we talked about last night while Josh Pate was live. We were live, and he was talking about this. But he mentioned Ty Simpson and Alabama being one-dimensional. If Bryce Young's out and Milroe plays, they're going to be one-dimensional. So does Alabama look to go with Ty Simpson? VAWLS was talking about it this week, saying that if Alabama gets down and they need to throw the football, do not be surprised if Ty Simpson enters the game. But is a young freshman Ty Simpson ready for the environment that this game is going to be played on inside of Neyland Stadium, sold out, orange out, the crowd, it is going to be hostile. We keep talking about that Oklahoma game from a few years ago. Can we match that intensity? Because I don't feel like that intensity was there in the Florida game. I feel like that was a great atmosphere, but I feel like that Oklahoma game was on another level. Let's hear a little bit more from Josh Pate.
There is very little chance that 7.5 is on the board this Saturday, and the reason I'm looking over here is because that's where my huge monitor is. Colin puts one right in front of me, but for some reason I irresponsibly look over there. That's where I think we are right now. So the model is kind of doing the same thing, only the model playing the difference is a little bit lower than the Vegas number. We've got Bama -5. I think the time just feels right for Tennessee. I think the environment feels right. I hesitate to even put it this way. When Alabama won last week, it removed this game as being a must-win for anyone. And so it doesn't change the effort. What I'm saying is, when I look at the game, I think Tennessee's going to cover. I think Tennessee's going to end up winning outright, regardless of what happens at quarterback. I think they're going to win outright. I think they're peaking at the right time. They're playing the best ball they played under Heupel. They're clearly playing their best ball this year. Alabama is not. And I don't think that they're poised to do that this Saturday. As I make that prediction, let me reiterate what I told you Sunday night. There is coming a time, I think, down the road, a few weeks, where Bama does end up playing their best ball. When that happens, I think they'll be the best team in the country. I don't think they're the best team in the country right now. I don't think they'll be the best team come Saturday evening, because I think that they will go down. So I'm going to take Tennessee to win the game. If I'm right, we may not get out of Knoxville until like Monday morning. Also, if I'm right, that'll be the first time in 16 years, first time since 2006, that Tennessee will have won.
Love the prediction. I love what he says about timing. It just feels right. And again, this fan base, the Talkin' VAWLS Network, you guys in the chat, you guys in the comment section, there is a strange, eerie confidence about this Tennessee football team taking on Alabama on Saturday. And you know, we talk about battered Vol syndrome, and well, we're not really back. We've not beaten it. We've not done anything. You look who Tennessee's beat, going on the road to beat Pitt. Look at them, you know, getting the monkey off the back against Florida. The win against LSU on the road, Death Valley. You can say what you want. You can try to discredit it. I really don't care, because those are big-time wins for this young year 2 football team of Josh Heupel. Tennessee was favored in those games. Tennessee, when they went to LSU, we were talking about how good that football team was, how good their defense was. Can Tennessee go down there and hang? They were favored. We were talking about the Florida game, how big it was. They have to win, must win, get out of September 4-0. Tennessee not only favored pretty big in that game. Favored against Pitt on the road. Now Alabama. Some argue Alabama the best team in the country. I disagree. I think Georgia's the best football team. I don't think Alabama. I think they look very beatable. But in years past, we've seen ridiculous spread. 3 touchdown favorites coming into Tennessee. Now Alabama is beatable. They've looked beatable all year long. Texas could have beat them. Texas A&M had a shot on the last play of the game to beat them. But I think it's very good that Alabama is still undefeated because of what Josh Pate just said right there. He thinks their best football is ahead of them. And we've talked about this before. We talked about it with the Texas A&M game. It's good that Alabama won that football game. You do not want Nick Saban and Alabama coming to town coming off of a loss. History tells me that Alabama would be way more fired up, way more pissed off if they were coming off a loss than where they are right now. The time feels right. I agree with Josh Pate. Let's hope Tennessee goes out and takes care of business on Saturday. You guys know the deal. I love Josh Pate, and when you were talking about him in the chat last night, picking Tennessee to win, I knew I wanted to come on here and make a little video, let you guys hear what he had to say, but just good stuff. Let's go get that W on Saturday, and hey, why not just go 12-0? Come on, you guys keep saying it in the chat. I keep telling you it ain't going to happen. Let's just go 12-0. Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. If you have not done so yet, make sure to smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin' VAWLS Network. Go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin' VAWLS. Any and all support, greatly appreciated. We got the Buck Fama shirt for just a few more days. If you want one, you better go get one. Also, the brand new VAWLS by 50 merch. Go check that out. You guys know the deal. Don't matter. VAWLS by 50. But again, thank you guys. Great fan call-in show. Holy cow. Told you guys going into it, man. We're going an hour, just an hour. Got a lot going on. Got to get to bed. Got to get up early today. What do? We go 2 hours. We're up till almost midnight last night because you guys are a blast to get on the show and have some fun. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you. That's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.